Welcome to Sarah's Scuba and Travel Channel. If you are visiting the Grand Staircase region of Utah, which includes Zion, Bryce, and the Grand Canyon, I recommend making a stop at the Grand Staircase Escalante National Monument. The visitor center of this park is roughly an hour from Bryce Canyon National Park. You can add this on as a day trip from Bryce Canyon or enjoy the park as part of your journey to national parks and monuments in the region. The drive from Bryce Canyon offers beautiful views of the Dixie National Forest, which is where this monument is located. This itinerary is for a half day, and it is also a less strenuous activity if you are looking for a more relaxed visit. For federal lands, this is a newer park. It was established as a national monument in 1996 by President Bill Clinton, and the boundaries were restored by President Joe Biden in 2021. The park is the first and largest national monument managed by the Bureau of Land Management. The park is a little bit larger than the state of Delaware, at 1.87 million acres. It is a big park. I highly recommend making your way to Escalante Interagency Visitor Center after you enter the park. Good news, there's no entrance fee. At the visitor center, you will find water filling stations, even for large bottles, as well as bathrooms with running water. Upon entering the visitor center, you will notice you are immediately greeted by a 75-million-year-old fossilized dinosaur skull, which was found inside the park along with other dinosaur fossils. There is an educational exhibit on display that you're welcome to explore on your own. The benefit of stopping at the visitor center is to get your bearings. They offer a variety of maps and informational flyers and brochures. The rangers can make recommendations for activities based on your level of comfort and preparedness. There are guides with suggested activities based on how long you plan to stay in the park. I find that it is always valuable to make the visitor center my first stop at any park. The rangers have valuable information to share about conditions of the park, roads, closures, and preparedness for your adventure. If you have a National Parks passport, there are stamps available at the visitor center if you're interested. This park is much more remote. There are less people in the park compared to parks like Zion and Bryce, which are nearby. Depending on what you choose to do, there may not be clearly marked trails, and you will have to navigate the hike on your own. Make sure you have plenty of water and supplies with you. There are gas stations, restaurants, and medical facilities near the visitor center in the town of Escalante, as well as some services in Boulder. Since we were only spending a half day in the park, it did limit our options. Also, we were in a rental vehicle, and we were a little hesitant to venture down Hole in the Rock Road, as the rangers suggested having a vehicle with a high clearance to navigate the rocky terrain. We might have been able to make it, but we weren't willing to risk it. The road offers access to Devil's Garden, Upper and Lower Dry Fork, which takes you to Peekaboo and Spooky Slot Canyons, and so much more. We definitely have ideas for future visits. However, the parts we did see were still pretty incredible. For this itinerary, leave the visitor center and continue driving on Highway 12, which is referred to as the American Road Scenic Byway 12. This becomes a scenic drive that offers pullouts to give you incredible views of the canyon. As you continue driving on this road, it will eventually navigate you down into the canyon and then along the top of one of the ridges. This park is sometimes referred to as the Science Monument, as the proclamation for establishing this site specifically prioritized conservation of cultural, ecological, and scientific values. It is world-renowned for its remarkable paleontological discoveries, stunning scenery, and outstanding intact and diverse natural ecosystems. The geological layers that make up the various colors of the landscape are hundreds of millions of years old. The area of the Grand Staircase extends from the Grand Canyon to Bryce Canyon and the Grand Staircase Escalante National Monument. The layers of the Grand Staircase that are visible in the monument are the Gray Cliffs, White Cliffs, Vermilion Cliffs, and the oldest portion, which is the Chocolate Cliffs. Each of these layers was formed by the uplifting of tectonic plates, which exposed various layers of sediment and rock. The canyons and valleys were eventually carved due to erosion from wind and water. The views are breathtaking. Continue to follow the signs to Boulder. In Boulder, you will find restrooms, a gas station, and some shops and eateries. From here, follow the sign for Burr Trail Road. This is another scenic drive that will take you into Canyon Gulch. You may be a little skeptical when you first start on this scenic drive, but trust me, you will want to keep going. Eventually, the gulch will come into view. You will have views down into the gulch from the road. As you continue driving, you will quickly find yourself at the bottom of the gulch, surrounded by beautiful canyon walls of red. The views of the canyon walls around you is spectacular. The videos and pictures cannot capture the true beauty of this place. We all thoroughly enjoyed this drive. You will come upon an area where cars are stopped along the road. You won't see any signs for a trail. Remember, things are not marked as well in this park as they are in other parks in this area of the country. However, you need to have an idea of where you're heading. To make sure you are in the correct spot, look for the tree that looks like it fell over the rocks. Take the path into the Slot Canyon. The walk is about 1/4 mile. This is called Long Canyon Slot, also known as Singing Canyon. Slot canyons are formed over millions of years when water rushes through the rock, particularly sandstone or limestone, which is exactly what this canyon is made of. Slot canyons are somewhat rare as it takes the right combination of water and rock to form them. Southern Utah has the highest density of slot canyons than anywhere else in the world. The walls are impressive and the acoustics are great. If you have a singer in your group, encourage them to sing some songs for you. It is a truly magical experience. I will let my sister Laura take it away with her performance.
I see skies of blue, clouds of white, bright blessed days, dark stormy nights, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of the people passing by. Wise men say only fools rush in, but I can't help falling in love with you. Shall I stay? Would it be a sin? For I can't help falling in love with you.
You will notice we were the only ones in the canyon. I told you it was much more remote. As we were leaving, another group was making their way in, and they said they could hear her performance from the start of the trailhead. From here, you can continue your drive into the gulch for more views of the canyon. When you're ready, turn around and make your way back to Boulder. This storm was picking up as we were leaving the gulch. It's very important to make sure that you are prepared for any weather changes as they can happen quickly, especially if you are hiking. Many areas of the National Monument are used for farming and livestock, so you will see a variety of cows and horses along the journey. Once you arrive in Boulder, journey on Highway 12 back to Escalante. There are more pullouts where you can stop and enjoy the views on your way back to Escalante. You may see a parking area for the Calf Creek Falls off the highway. This is a 6-mile round-trip hike to a 126-foot waterfall. This is something else you might want to consider adding to your itinerary if you are looking for more activities in this park. Most likely you are ready for lunch at this point though. I recommend stopping at Escalante restaurant. The pizza is excellent. It is homemade and wood-fired, and the desserts are homemade and a must as well. This itinerary was short and easier for exploration of the park. If you have other recommendations for this park, please put them in the comments below. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and don't forget to hit that like button. If you would like to support future productions, you can buy me a snack using a link in the description below or show your support with the Super Thanks donation. Don't forget to join the Facebook group and follow me on Instagram for more content.